Hello. So, this is a very specific video and it's more of a trans topic than like a lesbian topic. But I did want to talk about it a little bit just because I actually do get asked this question a lot, which is interesting since it's a very personal question. But I did want to talk about it because I feel like I have had conversations with other butch lesbians about it, but I have not, I don't know, maybe there is a reason there are no videos about it because it's like a very personal subject, so I get it. All that to say, I'm going to be discussing things like, will I ever go on testosterone? Will I ever get top surgery? Will I go and get certain procedures to alleviate my dysphoria? And the short answer is no. But the long answer is it's about to be this entire video if you want to stick around. So in regards to testosterone, a lot of people have asked me, do I ever want to go on T? Do I think it'll make me feel better? Will it alleviate some of my dysphoria that I feel? I don't really want to go into all of it because it's like a whole thing that actually makes me upset every day. But I don't know, just as an overview, some things that I'm not particularly crazy about with my body are like just my face and like the shape of my face, and then like the shape of my body. Like literally, like I do my best to wear things like baggier things and cover up, and like just because it makes me feel better. And also in public, it's a whole situation. It's a whole situation to be immediately perceived as a man, which is like, you know, a whole thing, which that doesn't make me really feel that good. It doesn't make me feel super terrible either. It's just kind of, I know that just we live in a society, and like I get that like I'm wearing men's clothes, like, and I, you know, like talk a certain way or I don't talk a certain way. And a lot of people at the end of the day think, especially with the masks, they just think I'm an Asian man. And before that, they still thought I was an Asian man. And a lot of that does have to do with the fact that Asian men are perceived as feminine in the first place. So like you look at me and like I'm not hyper performing femininity, so a lot of people think automatically that my hair is just not going to cooperate. I can tell. So sorry about that in advance. People just perceive me as a man, and I know a lot of people immediately trying to make me feel better or whatever are like, no, like you're so pretty and feminine and girly, and I'm like, please don't say that either. That makes me feel like shit. So I'm just kind of, I'm in the position where I feel really stuck because I am non-binary. In case you didn't know, I am a non-binary butch lesbian. It's a thing. That's it. And so I feel like testosterone will not fix the problems that I would like it to fix if I did want it to fix anything, if that makes sense. Like it's not, I know it's going to redistribute the fat in my body. It's not necessarily going, as far as I know, like it's not like a magic like shot that's going to like, or patches or whatever, like it's not going to fix only the things that I wanted to fix and then that's going to be it. Like I know for a fact that I would not want, you know, to grow certain types of body hair. I don't really want to smell different. Something that's a very big factor in my decision to not, you know, take testosterone is the fact that it would thicken my vocal cords. And I actually do like to sing a lot. And eventually I want to be making music. So like I don't want to change my voice. I really think the whole like fat redistribution on my body thing would be the main thing that I would want to happen. The funny thing is I like talk about the fact that I do have height dysphoria, and a lot of people like kind of laugh about it and they're like, haha, short king, like we get it, like you're short. And I'm like, okay, like listen, like I'm 5'3", like I know that I'm 5'3", I know that, I don't know, I know that's just like, that's how it is, but it's just like, it definitely gets to me that people immediately can like, a big thing that people can like clock about me in public is the fact that I'm so short, and like, I don't know, it's like, and the shape of my face, and it's like, it's a whole thing that makes me very upset. So in regards to testosterone, I just don't want to take it because I feel like it's not gonna, once again, it's not gonna do what I would like it to do, and it won't just target the places that I would like, you know, to fix certain things about myself so that I would feel better. It would also just change a lot of things that I would not want changed. So there's that answer, the simple version of that answer. Ironically, there's more, I feel like there's more to all of this, but it's just something that I'm okay talking about to a certain extent. But when it comes to really getting into like how I feel about myself and like how I feel about my body and like the way that works on a day-to-day basis, like that's something that I cannot really discuss without getting deeply upset. So the second thing is, would I ever want top surgery? The answer to that is also no. There's multiple reasons why I don't want top surgery. The main one being, and this sounds like weird because it's like, oh, like this has something to do with somebody else and not to do with you. But my mom, actually my adoptive mom, had breast cancer, like really bad breast cancer when I was really little, from ages like 4 to, I don't know, 4 to honestly like 8th or 9th grade. It was that long of a situation where like it went away and then it came back and like it was a whole thing. She had a double mastectomy, and it was a whole big deal in my house, particularly having to do with gender, because the thing is, she was very gender non-conforming in the first place, but then she had the double mastectomy, and she had this whole crisis about if having breast cancer and having a double mastectomy and not having her like breasts anymore would make her less of a woman, and would have make my dad leave her, because it's a whole separate situation. Long story short with that, I'm pretty sure my mom is closeted, lesbian, or bisexual, and possibly maybe also trans. It was like a whole situation growing up in my household. But long story short, she was worried that my dad would leave her and that she would look like less of a woman, and like physically, but then also in society to other people. And that really affected the way I kind of think about my own chest, if that makes sense. That sounds very strange. And it's not that I'm like, oh, well, like if you don't have breasts, you're less of a woman, like whatever the situation is. It's more like I feel like there's just such a deep trauma around like particular chest surgery in my house growing up that like I think about it, and just the thought of like going under the knife in that way like freaks me out really badly. And on top of that, my chest is very small. Like I'm not even like, I don't bind, like even in, not just in the videos, but like, I don't know, in real life, like people, a large part of the reason people see me and they think I'm a man is because my boobs are very small. Like they're just not such a big deal that I would want them removed. But at the same time, it does make me feel a certain way about my body, gender-wise, about the fact that my breasts are not bigger, because just a lot of my like perception of gender and my perception of myself is definitely having to do with white standards, like European standards of like, this is what your body should look like, this is what your face should look like if you're a man or a woman. And I really do think at the end of the day, when it comes to hormones or surgery, for me personally, I just know for a fact that like we live in a society, and like I have been affected by like European beauty standards and like white standards of like what a man and a woman is. So like I really do think that like, it's not even I think, I know for a fact I will never look like a more masculine white lesbian. And I feel like in a lot of ways that's a lot of people's perception of a butch lesbian is you're more masculine looking, you're white, and you have certain features. And I've found myself definitely being like, I wish I looked like that, which is not great, and I know that. And it's like something that I've seen going around the internet, which I don't like. And also in real life, I feel like a lot of people act like just because you have internalized issues and you have internalized like perceptions of yourself, that like it's your fault, or it's something that you created somehow, like it's somehow a flaw within yourself that you feel that way about yourself. And people are like, don't feel that way, like you need to love yourself, and you need to, it's like, it's not that easy. And like I know for a fact that like a lot of these internalized racist feelings and like transphobic feelings I have towards myself, they're never gonna go away. And it's like, as much as I can work with myself on it and I can try to like think my way through it, and I would never say something like this to somebody else who is of my identity in the same position, like, because I get it. Like I just know that like I'm gonna be living with this type of dysphoria for the rest of my life, because it's like, it's not like hormones or surgery would really help me personally. And once again, like I usually put this disclaimer in the beginning of the video, but I think I forgot because I was just thinking, this is not for anybody else. Like if you want to, take like hormones, if certain surgeries will make you feel better. I'm talking to like particularly other non-binary people, because like I know it's a completely different ballgame for like people who are like binary trans people, but it's like literally like if taking testosterone makes you feel better, then do it. Like I fully like support you. And like if it's something that you've known and something that you've really been thinking about and something that you really want for yourself, then like go for it. Like there's literally nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to bring it up and make a video about it because it's something for myself that I know for a fact probably will not help me, and actually ironically would make my dysphoria worse if I ended up going on T. You know, maybe like literally a week I could change my mind, but I have a feeling for the rest of my life I'm just going to be dealing with myself and the way that I look in my body for the rest of my life. So like it's kind of, it sounds like really sad and like whatever, like it kind of is, but at the same time I'm like, I just, for me, like that's just gonna be how it's gonna be. Like I really don't know any other solution other than like dressing the way that I dress, which makes me feel better, like socially and then personally. But I know at the end of the day I'm gonna, like, you know, I'm gonna see myself after I shower and I'm not gonna be happy. But it's just kind of like, not just like, oh, I'm not happy, but it's like it's hard to describe fully like what dysphoria does to you on a daily basis. But I don't know, it's like, it's a whole thing. I might not post this video. I really want to. I think it might be helpful, but at the same time, it's not even supposed to be for like other people to be like, and this is what you should do. It's just how I feel about myself and like how I feel about, I don't know, what I want to do with my body in regards to like literally just being transgender. Like that's it. And I think that's all I have to say, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.